Hi friends, it's Anna here today, and today we're going to be attempting to sew up a beach cover-up. I have this eyelet fabric that is super gorgeous, and I thought it would make a really cute beach cover-up. And I have thoughts in my mind of how I want it to look. I want to cinch it in here at the waist. I want it opened in the front, sort of, so it just kind of lays. Got thoughts in my mind, so I'm hoping that I can figure this out. So we're gonna figure it out together. Let's get started. Bo is trying to make as much noise as possible because he can see that I'm starting to record. Alright, so I've got this mannequin, but I know not everybody has a mannequin, and that's okay. The first thing we need to figure out is how wide you want your back to be. Once we figure out the back, it's really just like a rectangle on the back, and then we'll have two rectangles on the front. So it's going to be like the back will be the same as the front, except for the front will be cut in two essentially. And then we'll be able to sew up the sides. This is going to be one of those that's going to be kind of free flowing on the sides. So I've got this fabric, and the reason why I have the mannequin here is to show you is that the width of fabric, this is my width of fabric, is pretty wide. This is a pretty wide fabric. So this is how wide my shoulders are. So you can measure how wide your shoulders are and figure out how much you want hang over on the sides. So here's one side. Let's say that I want about 10-inch hangover on one side, and it's going to be like where my sleeve and my hanging is on the side. I will sew it up at the inside so it's more narrow at my waist, so it's not like huge, but it's still going to be fitting nicely. So I kind of want to go 10 inches one way and then 10 inches the other way. So that's how wide I'm going to cut my rectangle. And then I want to figure out how long I want it to be. So depending on the length that you want to have, that's how long you want it to be, plus seam allowance for the shoulders, and then hem allowance if you're going to hem it, or if you want to add like some cute trim or something like that, you can take off how much the trim is going to add to the bottom of the cover up. All right, so we're sort of just eyeballing it because it's kind of hard to take my own measurements, and so since it's just a simple design, it'll be fine. So what I did is I went from one side of my shoulder to the next, just kind of like put it across, and then I looked at the measurement and it landed on like a 19. So I put 19 plus 20 because I wanted, 10 inches on each side. 10 inches might be a little much, 5 inches might be better, but we're gonna do 10 inches, and then you can look at it after I try it on and put it on, and you can be like, oh, that's a little much, or oh, that's not enough, and you can decide what you want. Then from my shoulder, now the easiest way to do this is I have this dress I'm wearing today. I don't know if you can tell. It goes it goes to like right above my knee. I could just grab this dress and use the shoulder, match the shoulder, and measure the dress itself, because that will give me an easier measurement. So you can do that. I'm just kind of winging it because, again, it's fine if it's shorter, if it's longer, it doesn't really matter because it's just a beach cover up. So I'm going to start here at the shoulder seam, like the top of my shoulder, and it's better if you do it through your back, but I can't really reach my back, so we're going to go through the front. And I'm just going to go straight down, hold it, and go all the way down. And like to the top of my knee is about 39 is what it says. So I'm going to do I want the top of my knee? So we'll just do like 39 plus 2 inches, that's 41. So we're going to do 39 for my back times 41 for my length. So it really is more like a square than a rectangle. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and cut two squares that are 39 by 41, and then one of the squares I'm going to fold in half and cut right down the middle. So let me go do that and come right back. And I usually record my cutting process, but I don't think I'm going to because it's a big piece. So I'm going to have to probably lay it out on my big table, and I can't really record that. So just keep that in mind. And you can play around with the measurements once we finish this up and I show you and you're like, I love it, I don't, whatever. So let's do that. All right, I know I said I wasn't going to show this part, especially because I have a whole mess over here. But omit that, don't think about it. But I wanted to show you how I am measuring up my fabrics because it's easier to do. I wanted to make sure I had enough length, so I folded my fabric to the length. So I folded it in half on the length. And what I'm measuring here, as I fold it in half, I have 46 inches. So I have way more than plenty because I only have to have 41 inches, so it's longer. So I'm just gonna cut it at 41 and then cut off as much as I want to when I actually go ahead and try it on. So it'll be a little bit longer than I was anticipating, but we're gonna see how it looks. And then I can cut it off at the bottom afterwards. It'll be fine. And then for the width, then I went ahead and folded it in half. So I'll have 2 on this side and 2 on that side. So I'll have 2 pieces. And I folded it in half and I went 20 inches, which I really only need 39. So 20 would be 40. So it's like an inch more. And that will be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that now. And I'll have 2 pieces. I cut here. All right, so now I've got, dull rotary cutter. That's what I got. So now I've got 1 piece here and 1 piece there, and I want to cut it down the middle, but I only want to cut 1 piece. Like, I don't want to cut it, hold on. I gotta explain this to you better. I've got, first of all, I do have to cut up here because it's still together. But maybe we'll leave it together and we'll just cut the front one. All right, let's leave it together there, and we're just gonna cut the front one. So I've got my 2 folds here because I folded it down the middle and then over. And then if we do that, we might not even have to cut, we might not even have to sew the shoulders at all. They were already put together. So I've got here, let me make sure you can see this. Okay, yeah, you can see it. I folded it down the middle first, down, and then I folded it over. And here is where my shoulders are gonna be. Now the middle, I wanna cut the middle up, but I'm not gonna cut it all the way. I'm just gonna cut like, let's leave 4 inches. I'm gonna mark up 4 inches. That I'm not gonna cut. Now I don't wanna cut both layers. I don't wanna cut the back layer. I just wanna cut the front layer. So I'm only gonna like move it up and cut that 1 layer here at that center where I marked the center. And you can mark it if you want to instead of cutting it. I'm just kind of going for it. I'm only cutting that 1 layer, which is the front. I'm gonna show you how that looks already right away as I cut this. So here it is. Here's that gap that I created here. Obviously it's pretty long, but this is what it looks like. So this is the front here. See how long it is? It's pretty long. These are the shoulders here, which I didn't have to sew or do anything to because it was just folded. And so now what I will do to make this have more shape, instead of just like laying here like this, is I'm going to match up these sides and I'm gonna figure out how far in I wanna come in. This is the reason why you gotta go in a little bit, because the back is gonna be a little bit longer than the front. And you know, because I did like 4 inches. I should have probably gone all the way up. Anyway, you can trim it to match, or you can go all the way up. Unless I did 4 inches down. I don't remember why I did that. Anyway, so then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mark where I want it to fit. So like if I want it to be a little bit loose right here, how many inches from here to here I want it to go in. And then I'll be able to sew this closed so it's more like fitted here and not just a loose piece. And then I'll be able to hem the front in all the way around. And if I want to put elastic here, like I talked about putting elastic here and put elastic at the back to cinch it in a little bit, that's the next step. So I'm gonna open it up and kind of measure where I want it to hit where I want to start sewing it up. So I'm just gonna like hold my finger there because that kind of looks like a good place. And then I'm gonna measure it out. It's about 12 inches from the edge. So I'm gonna go to my cutting mat and I'm gonna mark 12 inches from the edge in towards, well, out towards the center. And then I'm gonna match up my front and back and start probably down wherever you want to start, like down from your armpit area. And so 12 inches in, down from the armpit area all the way down, probably not all the way down, probably 10 inches down, 10 inches before the edge, and do the same on both sides so it's sewn at the side. So I'm going to go grab that And I'm gonna do that just with a regular straight stitch on my sewing machine since it's just loose fitting. And then we'll go from there. Then we'll hem all the way around the whole piece. You can hem all the way around the outside edges, it's up to you. And then even out the bottoms, because obviously my back is, I don't understand how my back is so much longer than my front, because I only did like a difference of 4 inches. Oh, I guess it is probably 4 inches. It is 4 inches. So then I'll just have to even it out. And I think I'm gonna make it shorter than this. This is very, very long. So I'll probably make it like, trim the whole thing about 10 inches. So it'll be back to my original amount that I wanted to make. So let's go do that. Okay, I'm just gonna fold it right at that seam here. And kind of face it together. It would be easier if you just cut it the right length the first time instead of like me, who decided to go longer just in case. I wasn't sure, but I should have just followed my instinct, my first instinct. Okay, so here it is. Now it's pieced together again. I've got all this 4 inches extra. So let me see. This is from the top to the bottom. It's 42 inches. And I had said 41 inches is what I had said first, and 41 inches was the length that I was talking about. But I think I'm going to do it 30 inches instead. Like I said, I was gonna subtract like about 10 inches. Well, it says 43, so let's go to 34. So I'm gonna go to 34 inches, and I'm gonna cut there. And I'm cutting the front and back because I want them both to be the same length. So here it is. So the length is gonna be, for me, 34 inches, and then the width of each side is 20 inches on each side, so 40 inches overall, what the width is gonna be. Now I said that I wanna go from the center out, did I say 12 inches? And I'm going to pin, let me see, I probably will go like another 10 inches. I'm gonna go 10 inches down from the top. Let's do 12 inches down from the top, and then 12 inches in from the top, from the side. And this is where I'm gonna start. And I'm gonna go up to 5 inches. So I'm gonna mark my 5 inches here. And I'm gonna go over 12 inches and mark that. Okay, and this is where I'm going to sew. So I'm gonna do a straight stitch here, back and forth, back and forth. This is where it's gonna close up. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. All right, now I've got the same thing on both sides. 12 inches this way, 12 inches from the top, 5 inches from the bottom, same thing on the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew that stitch here and here, and then we'll come back and show you what it's looking like, and then we'll just have to hem it all the way around, and that's about it, unless we wanna add the elastic on the sides. All right, I'm gonna start here and just go back and forth, and then go all the way down. I'm just doing a straight stitch on my sewing machine. Alrighty, let's check it out and see what it looks like so far. Such a simple little thing, like took 2 seconds. Okay, so it is looking good. Yeah, it's looking really good. That's like what I wanted. And now I almost feel like I don't even need to add elastic because of the fact that I did these side seams. It brings it in and it shows it's not like just huge oversized. It's just the sides that are draping down into it. I may make it like instead of 5 inches from the bottom, maybe 10 inches from the bottom, so it's looser here at the bottom. I would rather it be more loose than so tight right there. I think that looks really, really good. Now what I want to do to finish it up is I want to hem all the way around the neckline. So I'm going to fold it in and hem it. And then you can do hem all the way around the outer edge as well if you want to, but I don't know that it needs it. I don't think I may not because it's a knit fabric. And then I kind of wanted to add something to the bottom. And now I don't have very many options with me, and I don't have very much of them, so I might have to go run to the store and get some more stuff, but like maybe like a cute little pom-pom trim. I hope you can see it against the black, I do have some other pom-poms, but like literally I only have a little tiny bit. So I may have to run to the store because it just adds more to it. Like, okay, that is a beach cover up, you know, instead of just like, oh yeah, that's a cute throw on top. I don't know. I have a black one that would go all the way around, but I don't know if I should do black because it's a lighter color and my swimsuit is light, but the black would be really cute too. Like this trim would be so adorable. Maybe I'll go grab some of this trim in white and then I will just be sewing it on right to the fabric. So I'm gonna go probably to the store and look around and see what they have. This is really super cute. And then I'm gonna go ahead and hem around the edges and call it a day, and that's it. So I'm gonna go finish it up. I'll come back, I'm gonna go to the store, try to find some trimming, and we'll finish it up. But that's it. How simple was that? And this could be just like a shawl that you put over your, you know, dresses or whatever. Super simple, super quick, super cute. Let's finish it up. Okay, so what we're going to do first is I am going to release a little bit here at the bottom because it goes too low. So I'm gonna go another 5 inches up. So it'll be 10 inches from the bottom. So I'm gonna do that. All right, now one thing I was also thinking is I was wondering if I wanted to move this down from the top a little bit more. It's at 12 inches right now. I might move it down to 15. So then it would be 10 from the top and 10 from the bottom and 15 from the top. So I might go ahead and do that just so it's more loose fitting. And again, these are all measurements that you can adjust to yourself. What you would rather it be, like if you want it tighter or looser, it's up to you. So now what we've got to do now is start the hemming process. This is a knit fabric, so I only have to hem, fold over once. But if you're doing a woven, you want to fold over once and then fold over again, or you want to use like a serger and use like a very small stitch, like a lettuce hem or something like that. So I'm just folding over, and then I'm going to go to my sewing machine and do either a stretch stitch, or you know, you could do a straight stitch because this is not like a tight fitting thing. But I think I might go just to my cover stitch and hem it on my cover stitch. And I'm going all the way around the neckline. When I get here, I'm just gonna keep going all the way around. All right, now the bottom. I got my sides, my back, my other side. And if you want to hem the sides, you're more than welcome to. I think I might just leave my sides raw. I have this one that I really like, but it's not quite enough. I went to the store and they didn't have very many options at my local store. All they had was this right here, which is not the best one that I found, but it will do. And it still adds a little bit of cute trim. So I'm just going to place it right over that bottom. And I'm just going to basically stitch it on, just sew it on. I don't have to hem it, so I'm not gonna hem first, but if you had to hem it, you would hem first. But you would hem first and then attach this on top or behind it, depending on what kind of stitch you wanted to create. Like if I wanted it to look like this, like it's coming from behind, I could attach it from the back. But I think I like it just like this from the front. I don't know, do we want it to come from the back? No, I think I'm just gonna place it right on top like this, and then I'm gonna line it up and stitch it right on. Got new pins from Wawa, so I'm gonna use those up, and we're gonna start and just stitch it on. You can do just a regular straight stitch on my sewing machine, or a small zigzag stitch to catch that seam right there. It's really up to you. So I'm just gonna go all the way around the bottom, top stitching that on, and then around the front, the bottom of the front as well. And I'm not hemming the sleeves, but if that's something, the look you're going for, you can go ahead and hem the sleeves as well as we're here doing all this. By the sleeves, I mean the sides. I'm just gonna finish this off here at the same spot where my robe finishes here on the side. And then I'm gonna do the same on the side seam here. And if you were gonna hem the sleeve area, you would just go all the way around, just like I did in the neck area. But I don't think mine needs it, so it'll be fine. All right, so I ran out of this ribbon. I did not buy enough. I didn't really look at the size, so I'm just gonna finish it up and show you all, but then I gotta go back to the store and buy some more and finish up. I might redo this whole thing, but I'm just gonna stitch it on so you can see what the final look is, but I'll have to come back and fix that. So let's go sew this all up. All right, friends, we are done. How adorable does this turn out? I really definitely like the fact that we lowered from up here. We went 15 inches from the top where we started to sew the sides, and then 10 inches from the bottom up is where we stopped. I love the trim. It really adds to it and it makes it look like more of what I was going for, which is a swim cover up. I also love the fact that this could over a dress, like I'm wearing it over a dress right now, looks super cute. You know, and you can use all kinds of fabrics. You can use wovens, you can use knit. I used to knit, but you can definitely do this with a woven, and it'll feel great. I'm a size medium/large, and this fits really nicely. So I would think that this could feel like from a size small to a size large, because it's just a loose fitting over the clothing thing. So I really like it. I think it turned out really well. I did miss a couple spots on my hem here, so I gotta fix that. But overall, really easy sew and really cute. I hope you enjoyed it. The reason why I like to do these kind of videos where I just kind of show the process and just go through it is to encourage you to get out there and just sew. You know, sometimes I think we get like in our heads that we can't do this, or it's gonna be too difficult. There's no way I could ever branch out. I just have to do it a certain way. And we don't give ourselves the chance to just envision it and just go for it. So just do it, because we could have some failures. I've had my share of failures, but then we could do some really cool stuff and get some wins. And you're like, I did not expect that to work out. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please come and like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Come find me on Instagram at Eloise.Ezra, where I share more behind the scenes stuff. And let me know, comment below, let me know if you're gonna be making this. And I'm gonna hopefully find some more of this trim so I can finish up that edge. But really, if I go like this, you can't even tell. Anyway, I'll see you all next time. Bye.